Good morning. It's been a while since I've been in this shed. After some time spent in Fort Lauderdale closing on the house that we sold, working on the outdoor kitchen island for our other property in Fort Lauderdale area, it's time to get back to work here in Sebring on my shed specifically. So I think since the last time I checked in, there's been no change on the shed here. I've got, let's see, that wall behind me complete, that wall incomplete, completely incomplete. That wall partially complete because I've got the top there done, but I have to get the bottom 2/3. Nothing on that wall. And there's the door, and then nothing on that wall, and a little bit of the ceiling left to do. I would say just over 50% of the ceiling still needs to be done. So I've got quite a bit of wood in here, but per my normal plan of attack, I'm going to start with the largest pieces first. I did bring up from Fort Lauderdale some wood that I had down there, and I'm going to go ahead and walk over to that shed and take a look at what I got. So let's go look. Okay, so the first thing you see here is a mirror. We've picked this up from some guy some years ago. I think it was like $20 or something. It's pretty heavy, but it's really got some great patina to it. And it's been outside, which is amazing. Well, it was under an eave, so it didn't really get too rained on or anything, but it's been outside for some years and it still looks fantastic. And then there's this piece here. This opens up and there's some shelves. I think, yeah, you can kind of see it from behind, right? So when that front door opens, you got a shelf there, and then of course the shelf along the bottom. So these two pieces I'm gonna go ahead probably and hang in my office shed when it's time to start decorating. Then we found on the side of the road quite some time ago, these two doors. And I think, if I'm lucky, well, I don't know, I was hoping I could mount one of these. Well, actually, I wanted to mount both of them in the office shed as part of the wall covering. But I've done so much work there already that I think the largest gaps, or the largest areas that the door could fit, this is 36 inches. I don't think I have a 3-foot gap that's 80 inches long. So I just don't know if I'm going to be able to use these or not, which is a real shame. Let's see, I gotta pull this out. And then I just got some plywood. Oh, here you go. This is interesting, right? This piece here. If you remember the kitchen island project that I just did, I had to cut out a gap in one of the shelves so that I would have access to my plumbing, and that's the piece that's left over. So that will get cleaned up because it's really dusty. Without water, it's really hard to tell, but you can see it's starting to get a little closer to the natural wood look there. So that's got to get cleaned up. That'll get attached for sure. That's a great looking piece of wood. And I've got some painted board here. Got a bunch of plywood. Wow. What is that sound? What is that? Oh, that was a garbage truck. That does not sound right. I think that's got an engine problem. All right, anyways, back to the task at hand. And I got another closet rod. I might be able to use that. Just a little piece of trim work there. Fencing. I got fencing board I brought up. Just some more 2x4s. Some 1x6s down here. So just got miscellaneous wood here. And I got a bunch more plywood there. So definitely going to be able to make some good headway on the remaining parts of the unfinished shed. There is this divider over here. I think I might use that. I thought originally that I wasn't going to, but you know, looking at it now, I think I might use that. And then a bunch of other longer boards also. So some 2x4s and some more fencing board. So I think maybe I'll have enough wood to finish the job. Not sure, but you know, I got to start looking at it. So I'm going to measure these doors. I think they're 36 by 80. I'm going to see if I got a gap in the shed to fill them, or I should say rather to use them. That would be amazing if I could at least get one of them. That would be awesome. Like maybe mounted on the ceiling or something. Man, I hope that works. So it's time to get to work. There's what the door looks like. It's 36 by 77 5/8, which is effectively your 36 by 80 door. It is taller than that first tiny little shelf. However, I'm going to clean the door up. It just needs to be dusted and then a little bit of glass cleaner on the glass. And I'm going to mount it like that. As I mentioned in a previous episode, I'm going to run LED lights along that little shelf right there. I think this would be a great little effect. This door will be up. Let's see if it'll hold. Yeah, it will. That door will be up, you know, roughly in that position there. And when I hit those lights, it'll turn on and it'll glow a little bit through that tinted glass. I think that'll be a really cool little effect. So I'm going to put one door there and I'll put another one there. What I will do also is I will, you know, so the door, you know, the door hits the shelf right here, all right, which then creates a gap to the wall, right? So I will finish off, I will add a piece of wood to the back side of the door to, you know, to square it out basically so that you don't see the insulation or you don't have a clear shot behind the door. At least I think that's what I'm going to do. The other thing that I have to take into consideration is you can see through the glass a little bit to the insulation and the beams. And is that a look I want or not? So I just have to think about that. I think it's kind of neat. Adds to that industrial look, if that's the word you want to use, that rough, unfinished industrial type of look. So that could be a pretty cool effect. So, you know, like I said in previous episodes, this is about being creative and just kind of doing stuff that is non-traditional, atypical. So, you know, that being said, it makes a lot of sense that I would just do it that way. All right, so clean up this door. The only work that needs to be done, take off these old swivel points that are on the doors, top and bottom. I got two doors, so I'll take off those swivel points on both doors, clean them up, attach them, and that consumes, and that takes up a lot of wood that I would have otherwise needed. So that's great. All right, get to work.